Hello guys, so now we are going to start from the beginning. We are going to create a new React project, and then we are going to install the three needed libraries like Babylon Core, Babylon GUI, and Babylon Loader. Loader is for importing files, GUI for GUI, and Core is the main BabylonJS library. Now we have created the app. We create a component folder, and inside the component folder we create a React component file, and we're going to copy paste the code that I already have, and I'm going to explain it later. And then I'm going to import it on the app.js file. And so you can see the code here. I run the code and I got an error, and the error is the GUI is imported incorrectly. The way you import it is like this. So we change that and we put it like that, and then we replace Babylon.GUI for GUI. And then we run the code again, and now it should be working. And you see it's working. So we have a button, a sphere, and a platform or a floor. As you can see, the code explanation here. There you have the GUI. I'm not sure if you pronounce GUI or in another way, but that's the way I do it. I shouldn't have started by explaining the GUI. I should have started by explaining Canvas, Scene, and Engine. So these are the three main components of every BabylonJS project. So you can see the Canvas definition and the purpose, and you can see the engine definition and the purpose. You can stop the video to read it. Pretty much the engine makes the scene. The engine makes the scene render on the canvas. That's pretty much what it is. Like, the scene is what you create. The canvas is what makes the scene render in the canvas. We need to create a reference to the canvas, and it has to be the reference has to be active in order to use it. So that's why you put it on inside the use effect, because inside the use effect you can make sure that the DOM element is already loaded. Now I'm explaining the camera. So you instantiate a camera and you give it to the scene, then you instantiate a light and you give it to the scene. There are several types of lights, cameras. You can see them by yourself. Also you create a sphere, and you also create a ground. Then you create a custom function that instantiate the engine by giving the canvas. Then you instantiate the scene by giving it the engine, and then you create a mesh and the light and the camera and attach it to the canvas, to the scene. So you have the three main components: engine, scene, and canvas. And then once you get the scene as you want it, you call the engine method run_render loop, in which you will put inside the callback function, you will put the scene.render. So this tells this will tell the scene to render each frame. That's the way you do it. So that you always will have that loop. You can have a custom loop, but engine that the one that comes with attached to the engine is optimized. So, but you can like put set interval and put the render, put scene.render, and it's going to work anyways. Now, in order to import a file, a GLB file, we are going to change the nature of engine and scene types. We're going to change the types to be references. In this way, what we want is to have them to be like state variables, but we don't want them to be state variables because we don't want to re-render the code when they change, but we want to keep track of their states. So that's why we are going to use ref to do this. So we change all the variables to be useRef. This way we can access them everywhere inside the component. And in this way we can transform the create same function into an asynchronous function, because we are going to load the mesh by using a wait. Okay, we verify that everything is correct. Now we need to import the libraries to load GLB. So I imported more than it is needed, because some of the other libraries are needed for like materials and are very common things that you will going to use in the future. But there you have the GLB file, and that's the way you import the libraries. So yeah, it's not as straightforward. You have I had to research to find the way to import those. And then you transform the create scene to async. And we have an error. And the error was because I was giving 3 arguments to the import mesh async function instead of 4. Pretty much the arguments, the 3 main arguments are just to form the path to the file. So there is a lot of liberty in how do you want to give the variables. So I choose it to give it in like in that way. And you see, it is done. Like I imported the GLB. There is an animation by default. And in the next videos, I will be teaching you how to deal with GLB files, how to create them, and how to combine animations, and how to stop animations and all that kind of things.